I wanted to give you this information, part two from this morning. We were talking about Achan, and we were giving you, a couple of analogies, and I wanted to finish that up because I really feel like it's going to help you. So, Achan didn't go over. Remember, it was their first battle against AI, and they took the spoils of Jericho, right? And analogies we were leaving off earlier, we were talking about. I think we left off a little dirt. We left off with different things we shouldn't do. Now, when Achan, Joshua was the chosen leader, and Joshua knew that it's not, it wasn't common for them to be losing battles. Something going on here. He had been given specific instruction to give the men. When we overcome these people, don't go and overtake nothing. Don't take in the spoil. Don't everything like that. Joshua was a prophet. God spoke to Joshua and told Joshua, remove from your house the accursed thing. Something is in the camp that ain't quite right. And this is what I was getting at, about the Achans. We confuse antics with trouble and problems, when actually the antic is just a distraction. But instead of us looking into exactly what it is that the distraction is, we make it a bigger issue and it becomes a problem. And we got a lot of problems, but we don't have no solutions. We got a lot of homegoing and we celebrating, but what are we really celebrating? Achan, in the Hebrew again, troubler, and we were also mentioning that if your heart is not right, ain't nothing gonna be right. See, you can't have good intentions with a bad heart, because if you got a bad heart, ain't nothing good in there, because what's in a man gonna come out, right? So if you really are Achan and you really perpetrate, eventually it's gonna come out and you'll be exposed for it. You see what I mean? That's why I always used to tell people all the time, just keep it real. It saves people what? Time. Because once that time goes away, you can't get it back. Watch this. You're not gonna have Mountain Dew. If we continue to allow the little Achans, big Achans, to creep in and become problematic, then guess what? We're not going to only have a problem, not only a problem, but a cultural problem. Not then only a cultural problem, but a worldwide problem. And then we got an issue. Watch this. So Achan was a troubler, and Achan caused Joshua to lose all these battles. I said this morning in part one, I said, now, Achan, if he's taking on the spoils, going against what he's not supposed to, then he's doing what? Causing a problem for the assignment. And when you get in the way of the assignment, you become the problem. And then sometimes you have to be what? Swept away. Why? Because Achan was problematic. And we got a lot of Achans running around here grabbing the spoils, doing stuff that they really shouldn't be doing, and then we cry foul. So how are we crying foul when we know what we're supposed to do, but we're not doing it? Why are we not doing it? Because we got our own thinking. And our own thinking is microwave, shortcut. And, there's a scripture I'm paraphrasing. It says, how long, I'm not even going to try it. I'll look it up, research it later, and bring it to you some other time. But, we got to quit letting these little Achans come in because they leave little trails. And when you leave, your mom ever tell you when you was a kid, when you get done eating, clean up after yourself. Because when you leave crumbs and things, it attract what? Rodent, right? Buzz, ants, roaches. You know what I mean? So we got to sweep up And then we got to instruct these men. And again, back to the OG, it's time that, and I understand that some just don't want to get in the boat, but you got to get in the boat, because a lot of these young men out here, they effing up because of us. Hey, no harm, no foul, just being honest. Because see, if we would be doing our job, then these young ones wouldn't be doing it. And then we use the excuse, you can't tell this YNs nothing, you can't teach them nothing. It's not because it's not that they don't want to be taught. You're not teaching them nothing. You have to give these young men some substance. Something's going to draw their attention besides guns, pistols, dopes, and pussy. Just being real about it. Now, remember, we said this morning, February, that's Black History Month. We talked about the Toms, the church boat, the sellouts, and this and that. This is March. This is your lucky month, St. Patrick's Day. We're going to talk about the Achan. Hey, how you doing, Jasmine? Jasmine, if I don't respond, please forgive me. I'm just trying to get this information out. We were talking about Achan this morning, part 1. We're going to talk about it part 2. We're tying it into what's going on today. Now, what I was trying to explain, I appreciate you stopping by this evening, is that we got a lot of YNs out here, and they're only acting out because we're not doing what we're supposed to do. I'm almost 60 years old. I've done everything a man could want to do in life. Anything a man can want to do. I've had just about every material thing that a man could ever have that I would desire. But at the end of the day, when I close my eyes and, these YNs look at me on live and this and that or whatever, what are they getting from me? You know what I mean? I get the part where we getting the casket and the flowers and everybody dancing around. Oh, yeah. And this and that. But what did I actually leave besides sorrow? You know what I mean? So we got these little Achans running around. And then we got the men that's really trying to do what they're supposed to do. But then that gets misconstrued as a problem. And that's not a problem. That's actually a distraction. And that's what I was trying to tell people about 37 days ago. We were talking about antics. Antics are distractions. Truth don't need a costume. And the problem is we have normalized lies. I'm just keeping it 100. We have normalized lies. The world has got so bad that you can lie and people think it's the truth. And if you tell the truth, they'll change the narrative and call you a liar. And you can even prove them wrong. I got a little brother. My biological brother, Jansen. I got a paternal brother named Joe. I tell him all the time, man, I could tell you the sky is red. You'll go out and let your hair catch on fire with the flames and the sky being red than to believe the truth, because it's almost like eating McDonald's, processed food. And that's what's been jammed down our throats down through the years. I'm just keeping it real. It's true. How the hell can we blame other cultures for our problems as men? And it's our fault. I wasn't born in the 30s. I don't know about slavery. I don't know nothing about it. I don't want to relate to it. I know it's racism now, but I'm not from the South. I'm from the North, so I don't know nothing about it. My people's from the South. I'm not. I was born in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. My point is, we are so quick to point fingers at so many people. And the problem is us. We black folk are the only group of folk that judge and point fingers at each other, and then want brownie points because we talk about another culture that really has made fun of us because we out here acting a fool. So guess what they doing now? They sitting here laughing at us, trying to be like us, and we done dropped the ball. It's almost like stealing somebody's identity. It's identity theft. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, no shade, but these are facts. When I was in high school, the white girls were wearing polo shirts with their hair popped up, and they had a whole bunch of makeup, blush, and everything else. Now they got BBLs, fake titties. They wearing fake nails, lashes. They wearing bonnets in bed. They giving out. They doing everything that the sisters is doing, and then the instead of us as black folk being black folk, we want to be like the Chinese and Korean folk. I'm just being honest. It's the truth. We got beautiful women out here. And they don't have their own identity. You know, we talked about church folks in February. And my background is Church of God and Church of God in Christ. Church of God in Christ was once the leading black organization in the world. You know what happened? Church of God in Christ started wanting to be like everybody else. We got to start being us. We men got to start being men. Because if we don't, we losing the whole generation. And these young men is coming up messed up. These men is coming up messed up. These young men is coming up messed up because we are here 50, 60, 70 years old still talking about we gangbangers. How are you a senior citizen and you throwing up gang signs and colors and representing sets? And then you want to get on, you look on the news and see our young men killing each other. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. I apologize. Yes, ma'am, I do read. Why'd you ask me that question? I'll divert for a minute and answer that. You read? Yeah, I read a lot. Oh, okay. No problem. No harm, no foul. I'm just giving. I just have my glasses on. When I go live, I don't usually wear my glasses because stopping and going through these comments, it messed me up. I usually address the comments toward the end. But make a long story short, we were talking about the Achan piece, and I just want to, make it a point that we understand that we all got to do it together, and to start with the older generation. And I know times have changed, and I get all that. But what I don't get is how we sit back in silence and don't do nothing. But then when the person speak up, that's a problem. And this channel been here 10 years. I'm just now starting to get most on this channel after 10 years. And it's because what I've been talking about, people are starting to see this motherfucker is not crazy. He's telling the truth. Because usually I'd be on here with my little shot glass full of whiskey drinking. Usually late at night when I come on, but I want to do something different this month. So, I think it's crazy that, and I invite you, if you're not a subscriber, subscribing here is free. We never solicit monies. And go through our, if you go under facts, you'll see a lot of these lives or shorts that we've done, or go under live, at your leisure. But everything I've been talking about has come to pass. I mean, it's just, what I don't understand is why are we so blind? I mean, why are we so blind? It don't take a rocket scientist to see that the world is messed up and the government is working against us. They building prisons. Matter of fact, they selling state prisons to private institutions. And guess what? They building them for you. You YNs, they building them for you. Chicago, Dayton, Youngstown, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus. They building them for you. And then guess what? You leaving the burden on your moms, your dad, your grandmas, your grandpas. They got to put money in your books. They got to send you meat boxes just to keep your head clear so you ain't in there hustling while you're behind the wall. You know what I mean? And then guess what else? Then when you get behind the wall, prison, they don't teach you nothing. It's corruption in there. So you learn how to be a better criminal when you go behind the wall. They only setting you up because they want you on that bad time. State time really don't matter no more because they're selling the state prisons out, going private. And then guess what's going to happen? You're going to be in the Fed system, and the Fed system a little different. Ask Diddy. Ask Lil Dirt. You guys get in the federal system, it's a bad situation for you, especially when you're dealing with murder charges, murder for hire, and all this crazy stuff. And then what's so crazy, we OGs, we pump this information in these young men, and then these young men, They only mimic what we tell them. And then we blame them for what they do. It's almost like a doctor prescribing pain pills. You get in a car accident, the doctor prescribes you medicine, you get hooked on the medicine, then it becomes a crime. But the doctor gave it to you. Then you get hooked on it, then they send you to prison, take your kids, you get banned from all kind of public assistance, no public housing, and you strung out. Now you labeled in front of the whole world as a dope fiend when originally the doctor gave it to you. I'm just spitting facts to you. You know what I mean? It's called systematic torture. Because guess what? Somebody got to get paid. You don't go to the hospital to get well. That's your intention, but that's not why you're going. I don't know why I'm going off this way, but it's just how it come out. You don't go to the hospital to get well. You want to get well. The doctor don't want you to get well. Because they're going to give you one pill, and after I'm telling you, I used to be on 27 pills. I was a sick man, real sick man at one time in my life. They give you one pill, that pill got a side effect. Then after that side effect, another pill got a side effect. Next thing you know, your kidneys, your lungs, everything breaking down. You wondering why the hell you getting worse, all because of one pill, the other pill, and the other pill. Next thing you know, you done had a damn heart attack. Then you want to sue the hospital, but you sign a waiver when you get admitted. If this, you really a guinea pig. You're really a guinea pig, and you only going to the doctor because what? They're practicing. They go through all this school, make thousands and thousands, sometimes millions of dollars, and then guess what happens? You end up dead. Your family can't sue the hospital. The family can't sue the hospital, and then guess what happened to you? You just fucked up. But that's the new America. You know what I mean? So we got to do better. We got to do better. We as men, we got to do better. We can't be complaining about the women if we ain't doing our job. I done been 21 before. I done been 25. You know what I mean? I done chased skirts and, you know, and messed up women's lives. Not intentionally, but when you're young, you think out of impulse. You don't think with this one. But guess what? You reap what you sow. And what comes around goes around. Bless your heart. You know, and you 13 years old, I'm glad you watching. Make sure you share this with your buddies. You know, whether you male or female, I don't know. But, you know, they need to know that it's time to get it together because, you know, you can't even be safe in school no more. You can't be safe in school, they're shooting up schools. You can't be safe in the hospital, they're shooting up hospitals. You can't be safe in the church, they're killing people in church. You can't be safe in your car, they're walking up to you, robbing you, stealing your car. You can't be safe with your kids sometimes because your kids is killing you for what you got. And then the parents is killing the kids. And then you got the governor, the president, the prosecutor, the police, and everybody else crooked corruption. How many victimized children do we have in this world because people turn their head? There's a lot of them. There's countless, especially in Ohio. I'm from Ohio. I know what I'm talking about. So I want to say to you, don't be an Achan. Achan was a troubler. He was a troublemaker. He brought chaos to his community. And I think it's past time that we all get on the same page and do the right thing because there's no wrong way to do the right thing. All right? So behave yourself, stay out of trouble, share, like, and subscribe. And I appreciate you stopping in today. This is part 2 of Achan. We're going to get a little deeper into that on tomorrow. And going to do a part 3 on that. And we invite you to like, share, and subscribe. It's absolutely free. And enjoy the shorts. We go into the shorts. We do a lot of music. We do open request line all through the day, all through the night. TheUprightStone@gmail.com. And we do special requests, whatever your song, whatever the genre we playing it, we doing it. It'll be my face, but guess what? Your music, it'll play for you. We'll do it. Just want you to keep your head up. Stay enlightened. This is March. I want you to push forward. You know, focus on your purpose. Chase your destiny. You know, be smart. Peer pressure is a real thing. And the thing about it is you don't have to yield to it. You can get your education. You can have a family. If you don't want a family, enjoy your pets. Have a good life. Stay off the drugs. Don't get yourself caught up in stuff that you don't have no business. Because guess what? You get old, it's gonna catch up with you. You gonna party. You feel good when you're young. Yeah, I'm kicking it. Oh my God! And then when you get my age, your body start breaking down. You can't even damn run. Now I can still run. Now you get me scared enough, I run. Now you get chased by a dog or something like that, I'm gone. I'm fast as hell. But the thing about it is, take care of yourself now. Now, this right here, I've been smoking these since your age, 13 years old. Been smoking these cigarettes. My wind, I can talk a long time, but after a while, I'll get out of breath and I gotta log off. Coughing and cacking and carrying. I've been smoking since I was 13 years old. And when I first started smoking, I was smoking non-filter. So just imagine. No, I don't want to stop. You got to have a desire. I love smoking. I'm hyper by nature, so I'm always got to have something in my hand. Either a Mountain Dew, a glass of whiskey, or a cigarette, or some coffee. I got to have something in my hand at all times. Something's always in my hand. My phone, remote, something. You know what I mean? That's anxiety. That's a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm gonna get out of here. I gotta do my head. I ain't shaved my head in a couple of days, and matter of fact, my hair. I usually don't let no hair grow on my head. I had to order me some cream, and it finally came. So I got to put my little magic cream on my head and get my bald back because I don't even like my hair. I don't like my hair looking crazy. But make a long story short, hey, I had something I wanted to share with you, and it didn't hit me, but appreciate the email I got last night. Somebody said they enjoyed the short with my cat. I did one with my cat last night, and I thought that was nice. Little Gizmo, the great. I love him to death. And he in there somewhere asleep, I think. I don't know where he is. I'm in my bedroom, but I just woke up, man. I was in a deep sleep, and I had to get up because I remember I had to do part 2. And I think I took my pill too early and it knocked me out. But hey, take care of yourself, each other. Like, share, and subscribe. It's free. Thank you, Jasmine Star, for stopping by. Thank you for saying hi. Everybody else has stopped in. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. I'll be back tonight with some music, a little more stuff there. And I hope that you all make this a great day. Make this the best day that you've ever had. Make this the best experience you've ever seen. And I hope that you, chase your purpose and rest and follow your destiny. Hey, take care of yourself and each other is my prayer. Peace out. I'm Brother D. That's who the hell I am. D Fam, that's me. Take care. Bye-bye.